Hello everyone, it's your girl Tinuade of Style by here. You're welcome to another beautiful tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this beautiful reversible pinafore top. It's a DIY and with less than a yard or 1 yard of fabric, you are good to go on this. So that means if you are making a reversible one, you have a yard of each of the fabric that you are using or less. So if you have those small pieces of fabric at home that are just there for nothing, so bring them out now. Let's jump right into the tutorial. If this is your first time here, you're welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for sticking by. So I'll be making use of these two fabrics. Like I said, it's going to be a reversible one. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into 4 because I'll be cutting the front and the back pieces together. And the measurement I used to put the fabric on fold is half of my shoulder measurement plus 1 inch. And as for the length, make sure you have 2 to 3 inches more than your half length. So I'll be starting off by drawing my starting line, which is also my shoulder line. Then I'll go ahead and impute half of my shoulder measurement. At that point where I mark my shoulder measurement, I'll go down by 1 inch, which will be serving as our shoulder slant. After which I'll be marking my neck width. Okay, I'll be using 3.5 for my neck width. And remember, we are cutting the front and the back pieces together, so my back neck depth I'll be using 1 inch. Okay, so I went ahead to connect the 1 inch to my 3.5 neck width, and that is my front neck depth, and I use 4.5 inches for my front neck depth. So I'll go ahead and create a slant by joining the 1 inch to the neck width to create a slant like so. Please endeavor not to use less than this measurement so that your head can go through it. Remember, this outfit does not have a zipper. So at this point, I'll go ahead and measure the length of my top by using my half length. Okay, I'll be using my half length measurement for the length of the top, and I'll go ahead and add 1 inch to it because we'll be using the 1 inch to turn the lower parts. But if you are not doing a reversible type, just make sure to add your folding or hemming allowance at that part. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to transfer half of my shoulder measurement that I have there under my half length. Okay, and I'll create a straight line like so. So at this point, we're as good as done, and the next thing I'm going to do is just to cut out. So I'll be cutting out the back first, okay, before tracing out the front. So don't forget to add 1/2 inch at the shoulder parts so that will be serving as our joining allowance. So after cutting out the back piece, I'll go ahead and remove one from the 2 pieces so that I'll be left with 1. Then I'll go ahead and trim out the neck depth so that I can have that as my front piece. So as it is now, I have my front and my back piece, and the next thing I'm going to do is to replicate this with the other fabric because we are dealing with a reversible. But in a case whereby you are doing the one that is not reversible, all you have to do is just to join the shoulder and use your bias tape to hem the neck and fold the side, and the hem, then attach your belt. Okay, but because this is a reversible, so we are going to go ahead and replicate this. So this is my back piece, and I have it in the 2 designs of the fabric I'll be using. So I'll just go, and that is my front too. Yes, so you can see I've already replicated them. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to place the back on each other, and I'm going to go ahead and stitch down with 1/2 inch on the neck and the sides. Okay, I'll repeat the same thing for my front piece by turning the neck with 1/2 inch and the 2 sides with 1/2 inch. Okay, then I'll bring it back to show us what next to do. After stitching, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to turn it to the right side, and you can see what I have. Okay, you can see we have 2 designs of fabric on each one. Okay, so what I did was to stitch, and I left like 3 inches before the down part of the top. Okay, I'll be showing us what we'll need that for later, but before then, let's go ahead and join the shoulder parts. So I'll go ahead and turn both the front piece and the back piece to the right side like so. Okay, so after turning to the right side, I'll make sure that the fabrics are having the same design. That is, my front and back piece are facing the same side. Okay, and I'll make sure that the shoulders are placed in opposite direction, just as you see me place them there. And I'll go ahead and insert my hand just as you see me do. I'll pick up the shoulder of the other piece just as you see me do, then I'll pull it inside. Okay, this is to enable us stitch our shoulder neatly. Please just pay a very close attention to what I'm doing. You're going to get it. Be sure that the width of your shoulder for both the front and back pieces are equal. Also, make sure that back and front pieces are facing the same side. I mean, they have the same design. Then place the shoulder in opposite direction to each other. Insert your hand through one of the pieces, pick up the shoulder from the other piece and pull it inside. Then mash it like so, just the way I mash it. Make sure that the inner one is sitting flat and not rumple on the inside the other shoulder. Okay, and take to your sewing machine and stitch down with 1/2 inch. So after joining the shoulder, this is what I have. You can see that the shoulder is looking so neat and the seam allowance is concealed. So this is it. Okay, so the next thing we are going to do now is to attach our belt, and the measurement I used to call this belt is 2.5 inches by 25 inches long. Okay, so I went ahead to use 1/2 inch to turn it, and this is what I have. Okay, and I cut it in 4 pieces. So what I'm going to do is just to go ahead and pick one of the pieces of the belt. So you can use any of the fabric to create your belt. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and insert each of the bits at the hem like so, just as you see me do by the side. So I'm going to go ahead and insert each of the belts at the side like so, making sure that I still have at least 1/4 inch at the hem or 1/2 inch at the hem, so that I will use that to hem the lower part of the top. So after securing the belt with pins by the side like so, I'll go ahead and complete my stitch by the side. I'll repeat the same thing to the other side. I will make sure that I fix it on the 4 sides of the hem parts. Okay, so I'll go ahead and attach the remaining 2 belts to the other sides of the top. Okay, and the remaining seam allowance that we have at the hem, the remaining 1/2 inch seam allowance, I'll go ahead and fold it like so, just as you see me do. I'll go ahead and fold it like so and run a very tiny stitch at the hem just to conceal that part. Okay, just to finish that part, and I'll do it and bring it back to show us what we have. So after doing the necessary, this is what I have. You can see we have our reversible pinafore top. Okay, and you can style this just the way you want. You can style with a trouser or skirt or a gown. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning into this channel. It's good having you here. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to turn on your notification icon so that you'll be notified as soon as I upload new tutorial, because we still have more beautiful tutorials coming up for your viewing pleasure. So thank you once again, and see you in my next one. Bye.